Omodia, share the link to your friends, family members. Catch them saying, the lady reverend, Mama, and I know, this Yanyamias, and I know you be Yanyamias, a baby now come at all. There's a maid, and I know you be sharing. Lady at 2 your warrior. I was a yenny pound content. Let me ask you. Was a yet and yes, any pound everything. It is not it's not good for a person, think as for a man, for a person to live alone. What do you understand by that? If you glow, as I say, could be black. What you saying? The Bible says that it's not good for a man to live alone. I don't know, how do you understand by that? It is a radicasa. It is also born as a who then becomes your partner. And as the one God has created for you to help you. Why are you eligible to be your partner? Who becomes eligible to be your partner for life? And how do you see such a person? What do you see about such person? I look lovely. Vic, bless you. Woman, Mrs. Here, Idris Abria, you're radicals. So I want him to say, Juma, radicals, say, Juma. It's empire, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And my baha may bump your body deliverance here. And son, if you are coupled with one cancer, you have to meet with God, commune with Him, ask Him for directions, give Him His praise, thank Him for having listened to your prayers and doing things for people. Tia Juman, Timu Bino says, Osas of Juman Yadia. The bumper is a radin fro. No, a radin to the tower, new so as one go through the tower, not on you. Or however, the other say actually. The Juman easy. If you think working for people is easy, try working for God. What happens when you are the answer? Okay. And so yes, Yanko, what makes someone eligible to be your partner? And I also, what at the end of the world, what do you see about you that makes you think that you are also eligible for relationship? We say, and yet better. Dynamite. I like that. What makes you eligible for marriage? The NHL was what's already. Now you was already. Are you ripe for marriage? And then if you are ripe for marriage, then who then becomes? Someone is true, being a leader looking after a flock of sheep. And easy. We just be to be some question. Tell them no one and radio be some question. Oh, Busami no hena me fear. Oh, no, they are full biso. Busama me a boy, mammy say. Why is she doing this and that and that and that and that? See, hey, Papa, we are there. My cotton consider rather Boniface. One you maybe one. He was expecting me to ask him, and I didn't. I did, but I guess I didn't wait for his reply. And so that's it. Mami, today's topic is no picnic. NA2, no picnic. So what makes it? Let's use yours. And that topic, no picnic. No picnic in relationships. And now grown relationships. So yeah, sure, what makes you then say why you eligible for marriage? What makes you eligible? What makes you think that you are ready for marriage? And how then do you see your eligible partner or also complementing or yeah right for you? What do you see about people as now they who say, nipa with you make I am here, nipa with the what are some of the things you see? You see, mo bebree wɔ hɔnom a tɔda bi a Musa, we don't ask God for anything. Yes, sorry, we just enter into relationships. Just anyhow. Roy Case darling. Now I want to say Matthew. Hope so. I work it tomorrow I'll call you. I need to talk to you about something. Okay. All right. And what makes you think say you are eligible for marriage? And now what also makes you think say whoever you are with is your partner? What are some of the things you see about them? I remember what you see will be. Sɛ nipa no bɛyɛ wo kunu, ɔbɛyɛ wo yere, anaasɛ ɔbɛyɛ let's just start off by a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Nneɛma bɛyɛ saa na wohwɛ. What are some of the things that you look out for? Nneɛma no bɛyɛ saa na are you alright with whatever you have? And I be foforɔ wɔ ho. Anaasɛ is it just because you think you are right for marriage? Nneɛma bɛyɛ saa na wohwɛ. Now have you found your right partner? Nipa na ne no wɔ no ɔyɛ the right partner for you. Did God choose such a person for you? And how shall you choose your own person? What are some of the things you look out for when choosing a life partner? Yanko. Yes, I'm listening. Me train. Obi antro bibi mami. Who first you? Tinu antro me. Is equal to me. I am this. I am that, and so I am sure I am matured, and I am right for marriage. Him and her. He is this, he is that, she's this, she's that. So it makes that person ripe for marriage. And you just say, do you count God as being a part of your relationship? If you are comfortable around the person, you share secrets, and you are good friends. Oh, Zoa, bless you. Handsome, bless you. Because if you feel very comfortable around the person, I don't think there are times you might feel very comfortable around people, and yet they might not necessarily turn out to be partners for life. Well, I'm just asking Tianko, a man who loves God and the things of God, okay, would be to say, hey, and I don't know whether she was writing to write something, he or she was trying to write something or what, okay. And so if the person, I'm new on your page, okay, today we are talking relationships, and we are asking what are some of the things that you will make you, first of all, know that you are right for marriage and as a for a relationship. And then what also makes somebody else eligible for you to be with as a partner. To the end of what choose you will be for a life partner. The end of what choose you will be set as the person you are going to go with. What are some of the things you are going to look out for? Also, it is the emotional maturity for me. You are able to manage your emotions, communicate effectively, and handle conflicts in a healthy and respectful manner. Because a BM, that's very good. They're very good. I like the way we're training in idea go and Yamisha, we're articulating thoughts. Yeah, we'll be to say hello, how are you? Harrison, I'm good. Bless you. It's Yenshen. What are some of the things that you see about people? The man feel say, this guy, because obviously everybody meets tons of people. Yen and Asian coffee. You meet very good people. You all make a very good amount. You are not so good. This one bad. And the word bad. This one man. Ebi ahu no no. Now you might not necessarily see any good or any potential in such a person. But as time goes on, maybe I'm more trying and more now, say, whoa, that person just wowed you. Those are saying any pan. Or a gem in a soil, or rather than a sea, or a diamond, or a gold, and rather than a sea. Or we say, I think it's the person's behavior and the support. I, Maxi said, when that person behaves good, that's why supportive. It shows that such a person might be an eligible partner. Okay. So yeah, sure what the things to look out for when choosing a life partner. Good morning, Matthew. How are you? I'm sure you're good. It's Yanko. What are some of the things you look out for in choosing a partner for life? Because whether I like it or not, hey, if you are choosing somebody you are going to be with and as a stay with for your whole life, then you should take your time. This is the whole culture exams, so final exams. You take your time, you study to show yourself approved by the lecturer or whoever is going to mark your exams. You study, you read, you go over all the things you studied. You go through mock exams. No one will say, honey, ye kakra na. Then perhaps you walk out because you pass Kobe, or for pass school. So we are going to align them with what we are talking about. Ogofa Pasco. No one questions about Maybe we are 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, maybe 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, because they didn't want they believe say we are every 2 years. That same questions will repeat themselves. So you check with the Pasco, you check with well, say good evening. So sweet. I'm from Ghana, West Africa. And you, I love you so much. So much. I'm single and I need someone like you. Suli, show him. Baby, for front of when it's today you want to say, I'm a woman of God. I didn't come here for relationships. I'm not a relationship, whatever. Yes, but I'm a counselor by birth. So I add that one. I'm a woman of God. So never get it twisted. Don't come and ask me out here. Don't come and tell me you love me so. My Ghana for me, mama, but the amunya correct. How can you love me so much? You don't even know me. Whether I'm lovable. Me to say to say bo. Kwa any major nonsense. Let's move on. And so let's see. At times, if you might be moving with someone, maybe earlier, and a woman, you might be thinking, oh, be so good amount. But upon getting closer to the person, you might realize that person is a no. I will feel him. Suleiman, since I was just over what I mean, I call him Muslim. So maturity is one of the things you should look out for. For maturity, how do you identify maturity? How do you because you see at the beginning of every relationship, everybody paints. We are painting. We are painting at all. Everybody will be a trans year painting. That's almost a one person wanted to be a painting. So how do you identify whether or not someone is mature or not? So mention some of the things. How do we say someone is mature? Okay, we say I'm 23 years. I'm in nursing school, building a future for myself. I think I'm emotionally, physically, and mentally mature to marry because of the way I solve issues. Okay. Tinanama quest, I think, say, with yours. And if I said also there are two ideas, I said, oh, dating site. Hi, come, bra, when you paper, when him, some, when him, we are still on the prayer team. So those of you don't be writing it as if you are looking for relationships. So, mommy, can I get your number? I need someone to share my story. I beg, Sally. military is here, almost person who work over that flood with it into the area. I'll give it to you. And so yes, until somewhere anymore, we are still on the prayer train. This is the prayer train. It's just that today we are talking about relationships because it's equally. You see, I look at life from two angles, and I have three angles. Okay, three angles. The first one, and as a three perspective. The first one, no, yeah, our relationship with God. That is a do or die affair. You can't do away with God. If you do away with God, you will die. Because it is God who gives you everything. The breath, the food, the everything. And Sana, the second one has to do with our family relationships. And I say the relationship we have with our family, friends, and things. And then the third one, hey, job. Jobs are a womb. So I three angles. If our relationship, our relationship with God, our relationship with our family members, and our relationship, family members includes friends and everything. And then what our working relationship. It's your whole life is centered on three things. My prayer was to marry someone who knew me when I had nothing to show. And guess what? I got married to my junior from high school. We've never dated, but we are married for 10 years and still good. We thank God. I told the I said to me, I say, I tell you, pa, and the all good and perfect gifts come from above. It's a rather than so it doesn't necessarily mean you can know somebody from 10,000 years ago. And yes, when you live with such a person, the relationship will still not work. Yet you could meet someone from out of nowhere, you just stumble over each other and you get married and you still stay strong until God separates you through death. It doesn't necessarily matter whether or not we. So I thank God for your union with your wife. God bless you. And yes, Obisa Mami, I think maturity reflects on the way the person reacts on issues. It's true. How the person reacts. And so how do you say somebody is not mature? At the end of the day, who say will be mature? Yeah, can you be answer because I told you we are mostly say be na obi a war expertise will be or church at the end say he or she gets to be and I say is the only person or church who want maybe we not work on a review. But if it comes from you, and I say it becomes a discussion, no be a team can be able to even remember what somebody else said. So let's move on. How do you say some says being mature? Then obey I won't say on your mature because it depends on how the person reacts. Just give me an example. Say be specific. A mature person takes responsibility for their actions, yes, and is willing to own up to their mistakes. Bam, why as I had it, or for 10 points. With some maturity, as in a way the person makes certain decisions and do not allow, say, family members decide for him or her. It's true. It's true. Obi one man, it is what somebody else said. It's what somebody else did. That's almost any pan only some conformance so no more narcissistic backgrounds. Say Obi bia on your self-centered in the idea. Na ye only naturally because certain traits means what you pick you feel when things are withheld from people. One man, the SSC the man as a child in Sanka. This one man, you might necessarily the man, yeah, the man, a broso. See, blue baby, no. Now the person became someone say unlucky she, and no soon is stuck with him or her. And as growing up, the person thinks and as a thought say anything at all that he or she wants to have, they might have, they should have it. And on the map, a narcissist. A mature person handles issue with open-mindedness. Yeah. And yes. So as parents, so we should care the way we nurture our children, and I say we train our children in the home, because most of the time, Ayana, we turn them into something else. Go on, because of maybe a free benty. A lot of things were perhaps withheld from us, and I say we couldn't get a new maybe as children. Tini the actually teams any year to be one man on the back ticket or laptop or man or iPhone thousand at the account. What to be bia just a colana musa be bia a order online just a be bia. See, I'm not colana for say anything he or she wants, he must have it. It will need now for the reality of life hitting on. Now who said no, I don't, and as I'm not necessarily going to get anything I want. Na afei ama nipa na yɛ self-centered na yɛn say everybody is against him or her. Na yɛ nipa no o treating nkurɔfoɔ as though say everybody is against him. Now also it's almost against everybody in the world. Na oni empathy. Now we need how to love, how to care, how to put his or herself in people's shoes and behave appropriately. Any idea? Nina spans from the way you training your ma. This one man nakwala no onyi no ya ma no bibia nti eye ne se obi ampɛ n'asɛm nti ɛno so wɔ hɔ nti ɛno no na ma ɛno na ɛde the issue of maturity in life ankasa generally ever. Is nipa na eye ne say I couldn't get anything I wanted as a child and as an adolescent and as a teenager. Ɛna wɔde anyi nti eye ne say the world is against him or her. And as everybody was stingy, everybody didn't come to his aid. And now, also when your thoughts be towards the people who are around him. To be on my a man it's muyatin. We all know so a man they don't seem to have empathy. You and say, me when I was growing up, I didn't get this, so why should you expect me to give you this or that and that? It's also honor. It's with the issue of maturity, and that is where it spans from. And I BM generally, when a child is growing up, let's say when you're either mother or fatherly love. Mostly when the two parents are not together, whilst they were growing up, especially at the foundation level. Say from beginning to their 15 years, their parents has to be around each other. The bonding part of we, no matter how to resolve issues in the home, how to come back, and I said how to be punished about certain things, and I said how to punish people when they go wrong, rewards, how to reward children for a good work done, how to punish them when they go wrong, how parents are supposed to also handle their emotions and things even around the children. If they are able to see all these things, it helps their growth, Emma is smooth. But if they are not able to see mother, father living together, when who's a mammy, Emma Papeska, if you are not a mammy, plenty, woman, papa be a found none of mammy, abedaka, go back on them, none of mammy, any asia home, will be up punching mammy, any answer. The mammy, any asia home. It who is a violence is the order of the day. The be so poor and then you said mammy, any asia home, but if you want to stumble over them having sex or making out a couple of times to honest who said he or she grew up thinking sex was normal. It is quite normal to have sex with the opposite sex. And to also feel say any because I'm a crowd, I'm a many Mr. Father see there be an amateur or make out and idea. And so a lot of things will stay with them. It's one here they will grow up with these narcissistic traits. It will form their judgment, it will form their view of life. It's when you are living with such people, and no man will be who said will be either mature or immature. It spans from upbringing. Ubunibeka said the nature and then the nature. The nature being your innate character traits that you brought along from your mother's womb, and your nurture has to do with the environment in which you grew in another way. They say, no, they determine how the person thinks, how the person reacts, how the person does things, how the person is able to overcome issues, how the person solves difficult situations, any idea. It's in doing that, with my background of maturity and where it spans from and let's now delve deeper into choosing a life partner. So then, what do you see? What do you want? What are you looking out for? Is the man or woman supposed to be somebody you've known? What are the character traits you are looking for? At the end of the show, because listen, in choosing a life partner, the very most important thing you should look out for is whether or not you have found you. There's somebody you should find even before you find another. And the very first person you look out for in wanting to see, the one you should seek after, is you. So there are certain questions that you should be asking yourself. Who are you? Two babies say, who am I? Who are you? What's your purpose in life? How do you see? What's your perspective of you? What do you think people perceive you to be? Do they think you are sweet? Are you looking for people's opinions about yourself to form a judgment as to who you are? And again, what do you stand for? Do you even have a purpose? Where are you going? Are you going somewhere? Or you are stuck in the middle somewhere? Are you looking for somebody to compliment you? Are you looking for someone to make you whole? You can compliment her. Are you looking for someone to make you whole? We should show be and son and nipa no beka ho ebema wedi mu. Mo hu se maye mu. And answer who can pay yourself. Do you even know your purpose in life? Do you have objectives? Do you have a vision? And so, what vision? How do you intend to go through them? What are some of the strategies, the tactics you are going to use to get where you want to go? And the last one is, what are your strengths? What are your threats? What are the opportunities that are available to you? And what are the things you are so afraid of? All these things are things you should know. And no one can say who you are. Do you love yourself enough? And if you love yourself, what are the things that you do that shows you love yourself? Was anybody who cheats just anyhow? You can't tell me that you don't love yourself. In fact, you don't even understand what love is. You don't love yourself. Why? Because if you did love yourself and you care about what happens to you, even if you are cheating, which is just like that, means that you don't love yourself, because cheating comes with consequences. If you are smoking yourself to stupor, smoking everything smokable, drinking yourself to stupor, chasing after men, chasing after women, doing deals that could end your life, going to places that are dangerous, and as a taking certain drugs, certain medications that could harm you, and as the normal one, refusing to exercise, you don't love yourself. Refusing to eat right, you don't love yourself. doing the right things, refusing to say the truth. If you are a liar, you don't love yourself. Because every liars be a their your relationship with them is short-lived. Your relationship with a liar is short-lived. Your relationship with a thief is short-lived. If your relationship with a promiscuous person, obi a opema, obi opema, obi oye dramafu, your relationship with them will be short-lived. Your relationship with somebody who takes drugs, somebody who insults people, people who malign each other. So all these things will let you know. Say, I don't know the ever nyame imposing answer. But Newman, wow behavior, no better say, hold on one answer will know. And answer the things you do to others. Why the things you do to others, Bonnie, I didn't call for. The things you are committing, you are stealing from people, you are castigating others, you are insulting, you are backbiting, backstabbing, doing a lot of things against people, even though they don't see it. But the things you are doing will even tell you, say, you are on the right track. It will even show you, say, you love yourself or otherwise. And so let me ask, do you love yourself? If you love yourself, obi a we question wey there obi a trim answers ni nyina go who can do I love myself now answers ni nyina be 10,000 abegu anim. So if indeed you love yourself, you know it through the way he handles issues. And so if you love yourself, you know it by the way you do things. If you love yourself, I say any parents who insults themselves and fights in front of their children, children who grew up in abusive environments, sure. So all these things, share link in my link in my image and also share link in any relationship. Mention so anytime you do some things it shows where you fall. Was a mommy self-love and kasa. No, people don't really get it well. Go on my cause self-love and not feel selfishness. No, and your selfishness. Love yourself enough to also want to help you. If you're a man and you cheat so much, you don't love yourself. One man will cheat with no precaution, and she shows that you don't even love yourself. So if indeed you love yourself in all these examples, and dear man, first of all, if you care so much about you, then you care about who you choose as a life partner. And you see, I thank God, say, I am not talking to very young people who do not know anything, but I'm talking to educated people. At least if you're able to read and write here, then it means that you're educated enough for you to understand. And if you are listening to me, whether you are young or old, when it comes to love, will be young at heart. But there are certain things that comes to answer. If you are not able to check them well, it might make or break you. Who will be a wetimi abrabo koyi na nneoma nyinaa koyi na n'ani agye ne fie ne adeɛ nyinaa. It means by making the right choices, decisions be akoyie ɛde ama no. Nti wɔte so aba. Saa nso na wobɛhu obi na ɛwɔ mu a na ebia nneoma nyinaa timi akrahye wobɛkɔ no. It means certain decisions be and the choices be amoa no ɛwɔ baabi. Nti ɛno na yɛn nyinaa yɛ suamu ade. First of all, when you are looking for a partner, first of all, you look at your background. Where do you come from? What do you stand for? Are you from the affluent? And I be a middle class? And I say, we are nobody to say any. And so let's just say you happen to be a middle class, and I say, I feel I start here. Where are you going? And you see, I have a problem with especially women who will tell you said they don't know where they are going, but they are looking for a partner who would set them up in businesses. Some most women, their sole goal is to get married. Being married is not a goal. I don't know, it is part, it's also a means to an end. God is complimenting you with someone. God is giving you someone to be your life partner. Not necessarily say ever complete you. It is not that person who is going to make you whole. You should be whole by yourself. And so if you are waiting on someone to come and say then some people, they will only feel happy only when they are with someone. If your happiness emanates from someone, and I say will be moodier, then it means that you don't even know what you stand for. It means that your life doesn't have a purpose. But hey, God gave all of us a purpose. Now, I take that one from the parable of the talents, about the rich man who traveled and gave each and every one of the workers. Other translations, because he gave them silver, he didn't say gold, he didn't say gave them money to work, but he gave them something. It means that so everybody has a purpose. A purpose driven. So only purpose and more. And so whoever God created, everybody has a purpose. But it is your duty to find your purpose. Because if you are not able to find it, it's just like you going to buy a blender. Where anybody that buys a blender, yes, it's a home appliance, you are coming to use it. But if you don't know what you can use it for, the blender can sit in your room, in your house for ages. In fact, your parents, your grandparents may pass it on to your mother. Your mother would have passed it on to you. If you don't know what that blender is used for, that blender will sit in your kitchen perhaps, or even it might even sit in your basement for years without you touching it. But hey, it could be saying, you are looking for an efficient machine that can help you with whatever you are doing. That efficient machine could be sitting with you, right? Sitting right with you. But because you do not know the purpose for which that the blender is there in Sunti, you could keep it for ages without you touching it. And so everybody needs to have, and needs to know your purpose in life. So when who baby are would tibe pimpim the honor you would have to come back to Christ. The one who created you will definitely be the one, because if you go to buy a car bia any idea, I don't know about the cars in kitten, but today cars I can see anything today. We share windscreen or any downside, far right down. We said the manufacturer's signature and name. Make any idea, say be out there in the second hand, turn for fun near the idea, be an any pan. Why be going windscreen about the Akoto for there? That's a different thing. But if you are using a brand new car, and I say car be a year untouched, we share car be we used to be a car be any brand. We check it, the windscreen as say far right honor. We who say the manufacturer's signature and then the number the D oh and the entire. The child say a will be and a year car. So sooner if there's a gift inside you, you will go back to the one who gave you that gift if there's a problem. So if you are not able to find your purpose in life, that is where the person who created you comes in handy. You go back to him for him to indicate to you and show you what you stand for, the reason why he created you, the purpose for which you are still living on earth. And so on no better director, that's why the Bible says that trust in the Lord with all your heart, according to Proverbs 3, the verse 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. It is giving you the straight direction. If you decide to go according to yourself, you see some people are using cars, and when they want to start the engine, some, because they don't have the, if you do not have the key, even one, they will take the plugs, and I say the wires, and then they will take the rubber, and I said the plastic from it, and then they touch one rubber to the other. Woman say no, that is not how it's supposed to be done. But because they do not have the key to the car to start the engine, they will use other means. And so, yes, if you do not go back to God for Him to help you with whatever you are looking for, it will be just like you trying to start a car engine without you having the key. You use other means, yes, it will still start, but along the way, you will destroy the car eventually, because that's not how it is supposed to be started. And I said, that's not how it's supposed to be regulated. But because you refuse to go back, so that's why the Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. So first of all, you would have to know who you are, what you stand for, what you are looking for, and how you want God to bless your life. Is there anything you are looking for? Yes. Is there something you have in your hand? Yes. Do you know how to use what you have? Perhaps no. So then how do you use it? You go back to the manufacturer. And so if you go back to the manufacturer, he will help you to discover yourself. And if you are able to discover yourself, then you know that this is where I am going. That's why people have aspirations. This is where I want to be in life. This is where I want to go. If you are able to know exactly where you are going, then definitely it won't be difficult for you to pick a partner that will complement where you are going and that's what you are going to do. But let's just say you don't even know what you're about. If you don't know where you are going, if you don't know why you were called, if you don't know why God created you, how then are you going to even be useful to yourself, let alone choose somebody with a purpose? So mostly, if you do not have a purpose, you choose people who are also doing nothing. And that is how it happens. So most of the time, we are just in life. Yeah, we can say we are about in life. People say, so where are you going with this one? What do you want to do? I say, well, I don't know where. I'm just looking for a job to do. And we'll be across so what kind of job are you looking for? I say, just any job. Then it means that you do not have a purpose. Just any job. Well, at times I kind of understand it. Because they just finished school, they will read the first degree into uncle can say or a particular job, maybe they are turning it down. But of a lesson from one thing will lead to the other. But hey, if you sit in front of any purpose-driven boss, no boss say, what kind of a job are you looking for? Now can say any job on file. So it means that you don't have any expertise. Because if you have expertise, then you go straight to the point and say, this is what I know, this is what I'm going to also contribute to your company. This is what I'm also going to do for you, because this, upon reading the company's whatever, going to the company's website, I realize you are into this, and I also know this one and that. So this is what I'm going to help. Because if you sit in front of any purpose-driven person and you tell the person, say you do not even know what you're about, and that you are hoping, say, you'll be taking, and I say you'll be hired so that any job at all, are you willing to be a janitor? And so that's how it is. At every point in time, you first know yourself, what you stand for, what you like. And so now, you see, in some few years ago, people were choosing men and women based on their looks. Of course, relationships be and breaky were based on looks. They were based on positions. Oh, girl, you work at school. Dear, she's a well-read person. She has a master's in that, and she has her own car. And I said, this guy works with a bank. He has this one. Oh, so dress not taking in. Oh, wow. He looks so fine in his pants. It will be one. Said you would not ne trousers could I fit in a continue choose soon. said you need dressing, the perfume, thing choosing. But you see, a time has come where we've gone past those stages now. We choose men and women, and as we choose life partners based on looks. You see, if you go for looks, it means that you are a fool. And I say that unapologetically. Because it looks depend how they call it. Everybody in his or her prime looks nice. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So what you might call nice, somebody else might not see as being nice. But I know they are so prerogative. It will be in his or her prime. Hey, nice. But now, if you are going to choose a life partner based on the looks, and especially coming from the men to the women, their curves, their whether or not they are bootylicious, whether or not they have big back, they have big breasts, whether or not they have good jobs, they drive good cars and things. And see, if that is what you are using as a yardstick in choosing a life partner, then you are a fool. And same way, if you are a lady, you are also looking in the perspective of what a guy does now. He's working in a job. So yes, he works with a bank, but a job. He has no business. And I say he's working with the this street one and a manager maybe. But it's a job. But sitting with the person, what can he do? And then when it's Nyansa Ben, what is he also coming to add? What is he bringing to the table? Now, was very, I thought it was very nice. Ubi say, what are you bringing to the table? I am the table. So yes, be the table. Don't bring anything to the table, but be the table around which people will sit. So I say. And so if you are, whether or not that person is intelligent, listen, Ubi or you're intelligent in a way, you're intelligent or you're and I said smart, and I say, oh, he's smart, not just anybody has, but intelligent by way of reasoning, helping. I won't say anytime he or she is bringing new ideas, babes, let's do this, let's try our hands on that one. And they start a project and they make sure they see it to an expected end before they think of diversifying into something else. And so before they try to diversify into other areas, anybody who is a thoughtful person, anybody who is intelligent enough, anytime they are or he or she would want to see it to a certain level. Yes, or start you almost start here, you may be within 2 weeks. And listen, with that, you'll be able to see somebody's behavior. Maybe start a project, go for you now because Obi a say nkoyi, me say bekoyi, metna so anto me bekoyi. And if I don't know anything, you can say, you can see that one with the way I handle sorry. And then the transition I'm about. Anybody who is serious, you will be able to see it. The first thing I will be who will be about anybody is serious. I asked or drive here the car. When the car tire. There be when the car tire. Ube who nipa su ban. Next scratches. Any idea one a car? Scratches. I hold. I bet you only say nipa no wa su ban. Listen, there are lots of things you don't even need to. God gave us everything. Ube so who nipa su ban. What do you when the car not driving? How long I want drive a car? Next car no scratches. I just say Nigeria for car. A lot of Nigerians do not. They are not patient at all. Lagos. Obi aka one scratch. Echiro oman mu amusu ban. E omu ni akoma. Sanso na Ghana how person hu ni pesuban a. Hwe so drive a hwe ne car ho. Se oyi ebi wa no twitwa bonti hwe car ni inside. Hwe tire na si form no. Hwe car no tire. Se car ne tire areas or mind sana na dwenti or you phlegmatic we mfa ne ho car no da bi e ho abofi enso on more mind sana or any relationship he or she doesn't care about anything or you need maintenance. Such a person will not maintain a relationship. Listen, one, I'm not saying say whether or not the car is old and I say when you're not America and mommy how they take care of things. Anybody be a who will be a car with a person's car, you'll be able to know the person's character in total. I just want to make a we will be care moody or power down for Payata. I heard the care. Will be able to care my basa basa and why fees are our mind. No, BT, I'm using a car, then your house, and I say you want to go to everybody's home into the field there, you might not necessarily get to see it. But so with a car, you might come into contact with such a person and you'll be able to see it. Or say, mommy, and with the ladies check their handbags and purses. What do you, mommy? You might call a car, you be almost so many car on there checking the Okutano. It will be an car who I feel. Obi a ne car obehwe obetena ne car mu ne dashboard no so ayi na atchro ne yoma bebre ubo se ene ni bebre asoso red ebi asoso yellow I chere say there's a fault with this one, fault with that one, there fault with that, but was ho abeko obeso na ne car aso ayi ni fuel gauge abeto ase o say don't worry, oh this one you will take me to Accra. High risk person. High risk person, oh, mine, we ain't shut down found. I am not saying, I'm not talking about a rich person or poor person, but anybody or yet thoughtful. You see the way they act with the things they handle. It is a human or the man, you might not necessarily share the car, you'll be able to see how or be handled with human. We share the car, we share the care, we share the dashboard, and so. We said the BBA so engine fault, take it to the one mind, brake leaky and funnel. We they say we are 40 and Hano. We was I try Ebeko. You are risking your whole life to a foolish man, to a carefree man. Sanso no banso sa or baby I behind the bag, Ubekone them. Pure water da nkwala juice da nkwala pampers da ne manta de ayensi de ode agu echensi mu akata so de akosi denchi agbelima ye dagota ho woda na chi a ti nsuo any ade. All these things are things for you to see. Wow, I'm going to study this mom. You are teaching you. Can I see someone already? I say I can see someone already. Okay, when would you so if you are able to see those things, it will tell you exactly how the person is. I had the reason why I use myself because I know the person who use Ubi for as an example. Hey, wow. If you are able to see these things, I don't want to use other people as example. Because I'm using somebody else without know. The person using me and Kasameho. Anybody that knows me, who make up, who say me needs. Uba me feel from the gate, I'm not on Abe Yumpaba. Uba me feel so one night and can feet, Sana Matia. Who come and wash, who come and bathroom, who come in bedroom, baby. I am very particular about things. Sana Matia. Me boys got a so. My sorry demo, baby. Yeah, a boy say, yeah, Juma Crow, me person the pure water. Ubenum atwato for me. Even though we ye Juma, I won't give you that way. I didn't. That is how I am. And no sunti I am able to handle things. Tima debia me debet you bibia a chakra a fofo. It is only pakono every person there shows God will give you a huge thing to take care of because when you say you are very meticulous with things. This will be a honor at the okutade papa. And then papa diggy baby untimi with obeko kura ko scratch card in there view. Sani pako meso person who ni pesuban. Check nipa no ni fie na exam na sound it. Check nipa na car mu ne car ho ne car tie ho. Car tie arisa I am fan ho. E chere nipa ni suban. Mommy, you are very practical. Everything on this platform style be preaching, prayers, advice, name it. God bless you, darling. You must be a September born. I'm a November born. That is why I'm special. November borns are special. go with you early. When can't say September 4 so November 4, yeah, special. Uh-huh. And see, the truth is that if you know, there are certain things you should look out for, and if you are able to look out for those things, you won't even need to study the person so much. Study the person, the things around that person. And just as somebody was mentioning, what about the Ubu maka free hwenya no. Cha kene se. And you must show ni pesimu saa onyi e kire se onye obi a. E kire se onye obi a on take we say into details on take way into details because nipa bebre ho no ma pay attention to detail. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. They don't pay attention to detail because nobody needs to tell you to brush your teeth. Nobody needs to tell you to take your bath. Baby bag ni okay, be no here. Now inside is well. Maybe be the bag mu ye second to there be me bag pen and niti ye tunity. We me dem phantom me bag. I didn't because me pese pen no e be an bit na assign me bag because bag no matter say the etibia me hunu a special mommy. So I wouldn't want you to mess my bag up for me by putting certain things in there. It's nipa na car odi be hu. Nipa na bag mu odi be hu. Nipa ne car okuta dashboard no so you'll be able to know a person's character with nipa ne dashboard no car ne dashboard no. Wo se nyome bi wo so wo se bibia so red e so pun se papa ya so gidi okoi hu no break it show. Hey, the way a person even drives grab it much road is fine. Wakwa no abochi na munyina makoma ni ma no makwetire. Hey, high risk raba. What do abra papa wo? What did you be winter? Ubenya broken heart because onu nkwase ade no de na abra boy. Udi na chi or the abra bo to chacha. So there are a lot of things for you to look out for. If you don't check those ones, you might be thinking, say, Bibia, all right. It's who said in Nipan and you ma ukuta. Ejuma how serious or how otherwise is he? Ubu ejuma enoko adechi onko. Ubu ejuma na edimpa, but he gives it maximum attention. And go forward, but still he will go. No cry the business lawyer was starting on breaking even po. Baby because he's not making profit and yet not making losses. But yet he won't relent. He will always go. There be our beko or best sorry ahomachi or ho. Anytime be our because be our ma obe ho anoto. No yeah. I will be kone be a cow no kwan nipa bebre ma ahomachi obi anyone but to or ho. Things are not working. Ni ho achire no ya pamo ne mask he is still doing it. That alone will tell you that that person is a meticulous person. Sani Pakono, he's a serious person. Obibia who is able to handle the business can handle your heart well. Obi obeti mi ahwe what's that ejuma we na egu what's that ejuma we na egu oba so obetan de oba so obetan de wakosu so obe ejuma wakosu hair dressing we wie e na oja he owi o se o da bi ohu sa de pam na beje no wakosu ha de pam where we are so agile. I feel the choice there be and you have the back away or so or chicosia. What chicosia and ye? I feel choice you have this is yadi or so could this often. Bah. Teresa Wayera, mommy, please, what of someone who is very neat, quiet, doesn't talk much, and serious with his office work? How do you know the character? Is it checking a car? So good a car checking a car, put on a person check. I checking the shoe. Why shoe back open but said about the be our shine shoe. The bet back open a book, and so they be our cash and we. Whoever were to turn a tidy was Miss Opesodi would open for me out of Chinese. The sink can be more than anybody when you're serious. The sink gene, melco, tomatoes, needing out of Taran. The see about Okunuma Fifinas and go to a quays who there be our canker of once. You see, there are certain things we are. It is not far fetched. Subai the ABS also them, but between Nippon Subai Who person who so be betimi ahwe wo so yie. Hwe said you ono ahwe wo no an. That's why I began by telling you, say, if you want to know a person's character, if you want to choose a life partner, first of all, know you. So who are you? What do you stand for? How do you behave? What is your appearance? And I say, how do you appear in public? How do you talk in public? What are the things available to you? And how are you managing them and all that? With that, you'll be able to know whether or not the relationship and as whoever you are going to choose. So to me, handle on one edge, adeɛ no sika nim nanso hu sɛ nipa no ɔmanage ne yie obi wɔ no ma ɔka anom kakra ɔsɛ ma start business ɛmi dɛ metwɛn ya 2 months ɛnyɛ yi o mi dɛ mɛgyae no wasa akɔ start bi before yi ɛno nso wayi 5 months wɔagyae no wasa akɔ start bi ɛno nso no wɔagyae mɛnka nkyɛn sɛ yɛ ɔfrɛ nyɛ awurade na ɛfrɛ no ɛfa sɛ nipa no ntumi nyɛ awurade kora if you are not able to handle the things he gives to you to do ɔmfa de papa bi amfa ma. To make guys about mommy perhaps is the calling of God. Hey, why to me I heard nipa so. Now no David you know, the mom go here nyan so. Aboa to me by chin na aboa ni bi. No wa chin no e bie nanum, no e yi aboa na firi nanum. He fought through. One can say, oh, Jata de ma aboa yi koi. So let me know he fought them and made sure he rescued them one. And then yeah, he went on the wilderness. Of course, papa Nasi Jethro. He was able to take care of them until man a difficult task by taking care of Nipano. Not because of the now the Juma no thing, but he was able to do it. But he was able to lead them. And so if you are not able to start to be good, unko aye de adwuma bi ma na asai unko wo start adwuma de sha unsa na wa hye no wa sori ene oh na wa unko akoda no na gu ye obi bia business se kwatra no na hye na wo say erade na wo de akura you couldn't take you see erade enye yi o akwala. So if God wants to test you, he will test you with your character. Now okay erade asem it was Psalm 105, the verse 19. Was it until all the dreams and visions God has for Joseph came to pass? Was it God tested his character? God tested his character until everything and before all the things God have said about you, the dreams and visions you've seen about yourself, before they will come to pass, God will test you and see. And so let me ask, if God does test you, would you pass? Say rather so shall obey pass it. Say rather so shall obey ko any mudi. Say rather so obey so wash then with the things you are. How are you? It's in human if you are not able to handle business, you are not too patient with people. Bibi kakwebia, you tell somebody off nani panefi, you don't even know how to make amends. You don't know how to come back and reconcile with people. You don't know how to pamper people a lot. Emotionally, you are so weak. And you are always just there. You are always throwing tantrums. You are not able to handle emotions. So you've taken to addictions. It could be drugs. It could be alcohol. It could be friends. Or friendship addiction. Only in the midst of people. Ultimate function. I just say on no monsa. I just say drugs. They can't function without sex. Porn addictions and the idea. Where is it coming from? It is coming from where we are also coming from, because we've gotten accustomed to them. So if you are you cannot sustain yourself. If you are not able to sustain, and I say you cannot even be by yourself. Now every time you need somebody else. You are always dependent on people. That means that you cannot manage any relationship. It will say the things that you do not have by yourself. How do you find it in someone? How do you even identify that that's what you want? First of all, know yourself. If you're able to know yourself, then you know whom and I say who will complement you. Because who says saying I'm a tear, then I will choose somebody who is also like this. So that we are nipping meeting in that. But if you are not able to do that, if you're a strong person, you equally need somebody who is also strong. How with me anywhere flow. Because especially say if you're a strong person, especially if you're a strong woman, now you go for a very weak-minded person, become weaker, emotionally weak, and I say emotionally unavailable person. Chances are that he or she, the person might see your strength as being he being bullied because on own timmy san. All right, it is well. On own san, he or she might tend to see your behavior sinaka obi a ɔyɛ strong person ni behu no sɛ no kora encourage na boosting no obehu no sɛ bully. That is how it's supposed to be. First of all, you get to know yourself and then know who you are, where you are coming from. What is your background? Say we will be a upe suku, will be a upa sorry, upe will be a upe. Then don't go haywire by choosing will be yes so opposite to you. Great and very educative. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful advice. Always proud of you. Stay blessed. My darling, bless you too. And so what you do is that you know yourself first and then you choose somebody who complement you. So sooner if you are not able to, God bless you, my darling. No message. Yeah, say if you are not able to, if you are not strong at heart, if you are a weak-minded person, if you are not able to solve situations, any idea, one share, because you are weak, you equally choose somebody who is also weak. One of the things that are boring, mommy, people who are going nowhere. Yes, be a person who too kind and also who question. But I want somebody who has brains. Obi o woni die. Obi a oye thought, obi provoke you thoughts. Obi ho no so the bibi beba. And so in choosing a life partner, those are the things, especially obi okra we weak. When you are weak, that's where you have to find somebody who is strong in that area. But they always say mostly when you are weak in a particular area, you might not necessarily even see that one as a strength in someone. One way as you're weak, well, I say normal. It's you who will be crying, you're strong, or you say nipa might bully you or something. It will work why you wouldn't go for such a person. But say if you are willing to learn, then you choose somebody who knows better than you do. Now nipa net me a compliment or nipa net me a want to went to poor. And they are boring in many relationships, and my relationship be very good. One-sided relationships. If you are dating someone and I say you are married to someone, that's a nipa, you seem to be doing everything. You seem to be thinking through issues. You seem to be talking about what to do. You're always bringing ideas, and yet you can't seem to be getting anything from the other party. It makes the relationship so boring. So our relationship, they almost postpone it, breaking dates, but that relationship will definitely break. It may break it, because nobody was wired to do one thing without the other person also adding on. Because when we've been created in such a way, say this one brings something and that one also brings something. And so the first thing is, if you know yourself and you know what you stand for, then you should pick someone who also complements you. You are not so be a one who wow. And you are not necessarily say sabi more into academia, but equally more dream boom. If you see it's not about we should be able to dialogue. But now so okay, babes, let's think about this one. What are you bringing? Okay, say this is my view on it. All right, that's very beautiful. Also, say now also who away. Oh, Miss me who says say say na me feel say ke na ke be okay. So at the end of the day, any yen hanum kaka na yen kaka yen na famu. Then it makes it today be a relationship, you know. Within 5 years, but nothing have changed about them. because they are go-getters. They are almost generating good ideas and all things. And they don't, because you see, one of the things a lot of people do not know is say if you choose a partner who doesn't compliment you, if you choose a partner who is going nowhere, I am mostly, nipa ba ko na wuti aware ni na relationship, but the other one I compete one than no competitor, because obi a won ko baby whether you like it or not, or baby envy beba, jealousy kakra beba, a little resentment ne ade beba. He or she might think say I say ba ko ko na nim dodo na any ono aka na chi tumo se na da na ebufu na de no how bu anada ne kro no bu anada ne azha bu okra na nipa na afi opese obi fufuro ko bo na ba so abonten tumo se afi na otwempra wa abonten any ade edi entia because of feel say aha no oye equal onye equally yoked with the person, because who say omo se ufa obi a ne IQ wo from bebre a it is how and how for obi so a obru so bebre so a said the awful lad obafo a unruda. You and your wife, you are enjoying it wrong. We thank God. Over obi a obru so bebre I said the awful lad there be an answer there. I mama ya bo a what mass class na ya chere quantitative maths a menti ase quantitative maths o bo so the wa bi fam sa obi awie no na afi na wo break words ni mpo down ansa na wakote ase ufo obi o wosoro so bebre sa na ti and afo obi o head down you will get tired, you'll be frustrated because your thoughts doesn't match. Father, thank you for your blessings bestowed upon me, my children. Okay. Mr. Mommy, what about meeting people who always want to control you and you don't come down as a weak person? No. Nobody's supposed to control another. We are supposed to complement each other. It will be control a toxic. So God, don't go into any controlling relationship toxic, and also eventually that relationship is going to break because will be anywhere born is will be in control. One shall do this, do that. Then people will be all control verbally, but on the actions, abuse, emotional abuse. On you end up doing what he wants as what she wants. Yeah. It's and if you pick someone as a nipa not dream or the IQ or form bibria, you see a lot of controlling men titru. I know Phyllis Okofa ba or beneath your standard you bet me control, but that is a weak relationship. That man happens to be a very weak-minded person. Because if you are going somewhere, you don't pick a weak person. If you are going somewhere, you pick somebody who is strong. So that where you don't match up, the person will also be there to help. It will be equally or yeah. So be a go-getter if indeed you want to also attain some heights in life. Choose a partner who will also match up to you so that more discussions very intelligent discussions bear fruits. It's a baby actually because listen, if I will be a war from Biblia, there be a wood the white drain out there because who say what they are the man of class oh sweet. So what are we doing about this thing? He or she might not have anything good to say, and because of that and something, you end up always doing things with your own idea. We know with your own idea, and so I know quiet to say there. Tani pano as I know the only answer. Yes, I bedroom baby, not jealousy asserting, not envy asserting. Bedroom baby, now I say I done a competition. We walk around account some now or back by Tina or person bring you down or be emotionally. Now I said that some people are emotionally bankrupt. We do on my emotionally, no, I said I said it. On one casa now punish you on few where he has talked to you, he won't talk to you. To answer or abuse you emotionally, just for you to succumb to his or her demands. and also the toxic. Make sure say you pick somebody who compliments you. Into the first one, and on the first, the second one, they say get somebody out nina air for up school. You want to go into academia. You are a business oriented person. You are a religious person, and I say a spiritual person. So don't go overboard by choosing somebody who doesn't like the things you do. Make sure when you're choosing a partner, choose your beer if we need to form. Choose your beer who say yes, me sorry. Equally, even the Bible says that we shouldn't be equally yoked with an unbeliever. Unbeliever does not necessarily mean you'll be a year Muslim and as a pagan or something. No. Actually, will be a only way, so you can equal, both of you could be Christians. Yet he or she does not believe in what you do. It makes him or her an unbeliever, the Bible says. And yes, you shouldn't be equally yoked with an unbeliever. That's what the Bible says. And so where you are going, you choose somebody who would also be part. You also better cheer a team, no much cheer up somebody, because listen, at the area will be as to say you are doing something and the person you are with, he or she seem very unconcerned. As a who stand there, maybe I'll be my work your exams, we were passing. I say, oh babes, I passed. I say, oh really? We thank God. I was wow, really, whoa, this calls for celebration. Do something. Yeah, everybody will be here, will be a cheerleader. Say nipa na no onye cheerleader. And no, don't go into a relationship with such a person. You see, all these things we are talking about, we are not talking about people who fake, Daddy. If you are dating somebody and that person is not amused at the things you do, he or she doesn't laugh at your jokes or find anything about you funny, even when others are very happy with you, or no, they were to say your home say be because means that any relationship, it is so a beginning nippano, it will be when the person might be laughing at your jokes, doing a whole lot, but so then so now not so that he or she is looking for a way to just come closer to you. But I check it. Then be a see you don't fake intimacy. And so there are a lot of things you should also check them. It won't any panel, or you're interested in the things you do. Pencrofa are equally you're interested in the things you do, not those who are competing with you in their minds. Oh, okay. Okay, so you don't even finish the sentence. Okay. And I said last time, no one be crying. I'm here. And I do a you are happy or excited about something. You are trying to tell him or her about it. So you can see that person resents you. You see, don't go into relationships thinking, say, the fact that the person sleeps with you, the fact that the person perhaps gives you money, and so the fact that that person happens to be the same person you live with in the underworld. So now the only reason why he or she is with you is because he or she wants something. And the corner open when you say when champion obenya said on pel on do be and so no. So you should be careful. The next one, intimacy. In choosing a life partner, listen, you can't fake intimacy. You can't fake. Somebody can fake kiss you. A man, or me a fake orgasm. But men can fake a whole relationship. Hear me here. Women can fake orgasm. Women are not good at faking relationships. No. I just want more as I'm for no members to fast women. No. Mommy, what if you are already in the marriage? What do? You pray and go. If you're in the marriage, you pray and then you talk to the person as well. And see the truth in the men can fake a whole relationship for 7 years. They fake. But women can only fake orgasm. It's just what else. When somebody loves you, pets, they come petings, they come natural. Kisses, they come natural. You can even see it, those of you who sleep with them. When you are sleeping with them, when you're having sex with them, you can see if they love you. You see them. If they are having sex with you, you see it. If they are making love to you, you see it. Today we are talking relationships. And so don't lie to yourself by thinking, say, the fact that somebody is with you means the person loves you. So there are things to look out for. If you are dating the person and you are sleeping with them, that they are any during the sex time, the foreplay, our limit. Baby, wait a minute, our limit. The oil, our limit. Kisses, hugs, our limit. Yes, you will be onimuye, but obia onimuye. So obia, you see, love can make you do the things you never expected to do. Love. So if a man loves you, he will do things that ordinarily he will never think of doing. If a woman loves you, she will go to certain length for you that everybody knows. She has even talked about it to her friends, to her friends and siblings and family members. Everybody knows that sister will never do this. But you find sister sneaking and doing this for the boyfriend and as a husband. The danger, love. So you can't fake love. And hence, and therefore, you can't fake intimacy. To say, if somebody says he loves you, don't fake it. You only be pure love. And with how the person behaves around you. He's with you. And so there be a or you are now see ubuso se o mikra mi hu ye oni ade wobwa wogina won chen keke nanso na ni de da ma foforo to so. Nobody can fake orgasm. Nobody can fake intimacy. Nobody can fake love. Love the omosam anitina Bible no ma ye nyina hu se omosam ni odo because odo pe no omosam timi fake. Because you can't fake love. And if somebody loves you, if you are choosing a life, look out for it. How does he behave around you? How does he behave around your friends? How does he behave when with you in public? How does she behave when you call her? How does she respond to your calls? Check the posture of his phone. And I say her phone. Is he always on silent anytime you are around him? Does he always turn it round? And I say turn it does he always put it or turn it or not the able to her? Is that what he does? You can't fake intimacy. If somebody loves you, he loves you. If somebody loves you, the person will be willing to go to certain length. That's why you see people in love, or the person will not mind giving his phone to the girlfriend, giving her phone to the boyfriend, because they have nothing to hide. But you can't see that one with the fake lovers. He's so cautious. He's so cautious. So you don't get to see anything. He doesn't even want you to think about it. Anytime you are around him, you don't even see his phone. He always makes sure he puts it somewhere else. He puts it on silent. You only hear him picking his calls only when he's indoors. He will never pick calls around. He's a snake. She's a snake. So you look out for this. And listen, damn those semhuna. A lot of people will say, and you see, I have a problem with certain marriage counselors who will tell you that if you want peace in your relationship, make sure you don't pick your partner's phone. That's bullshit, man. How do you open your whole self up to your woman or your man, and yet you do not want them to touch your phone? And you say, well, if I don't touch your phone, and I say, if you don't touch my phone, it means that you are going to have you. Then it means that there are a whole lot on. What are you then hiding? So if that person loves you, if you are choosing a life partner, you look at openness. Is that person willing to come clean with everything? Does he feel, is he always so protective of his phone? Is he always trying to cover up things? Is it difficult for him to let you overhear his conversations? Is it all right if you are around when he picks his calls? If you are around when she picks her calls? Is she willing to allow you to overhear and hear her phone calls? And that she always have to excuse you, go somewhere, lock herself up to receive her phone call? That's not love. I am not saying, and some people say, what if you are talking about confidential information? What kind of confidential? Your wife is your wife. You are working somewhere else. You are receiving a call. You don't necessarily have to open it for her to hear. But what if you are sitting down and you are listening to the call, your wife overhears it, and as your boyfriend overhears it, and your husband overhears it? What's the big deal? And so it tells you. So when you are choosing someone, check all these things. And then again, you check it. If a man is not working, if a woman is not working, he or she is not eligible for marriage. Simple. Because relationship calls for financial spendings. Whether you like it or not, it is part, in fact, it is an integral part of relationship. You can't go into a relationship where you keep all your money and I say you don't want your partner to see anything. You can't go into a relationship where you don't want your husband to see your finances and I say know what goes on with you. So if you don't have a job, don't bother anybody for marriage. Look for a job, because marriage, it calls for spendings. Relationship calls for spendings. You go out, you take your boyfriend out, you take your girlfriend out. You have to buy him something. If you are dating a guy, once in a while you have to buy him something, pamper him a little. He has to pamper you more. He has to learn how to take you out. If that person is not willing to spend on you, he's not a good person for you. Don't deceive yourself by thinking that, oh, okay, you are going to do everything and that's okay. And so if that person is not working, he is not an eligible partner. If that woman is also not working, or also an eligible partner. Because marriage demands financial sacrifices. That's a financial commitment. So everybody has to bring something. And do your part and let the other person do his or her part. But if you refuse to do yours, that's no relationship. And so you have to be doing something, because you need to rent a place. You will need to buy food all the time. Chances are that you might even have babies at the earlier part of your relationship. And so you need a lot of financial commitment. And so if you are not capable at that time, then what do you do? So if you don't have a job, you are not eligible for marriage. It's as simple as that. And so don't go and pick somebody and we are going to get married, he doesn't have a job, and don't go and lie for him. That's stupid. Now when I'm watching, and then the worry about if you're on your I'm looking for a man. If a baby or man be kakana comedy, I start here juma. And the baby walk on clock and come forward because in Yanokuya, or Nimshi or no acronibi. To a bomb pious on one class of Benya Bibi Kaka. It's one casa PBB, and you may be with your fire juma. Don't put aside the trade you learned. The ocean and 5 year juma and learn how to save. Okay, so it brings me to my next point: savings. Who per se when choosing a life partner, there will be also a saving kaka because hey, you don't enter into a relationship, but you don't enter. But Bemen since you must son or when you when it's him, mobile wallet to cry in so what they call it. One for the hell. It's Bob one learn how to save. Yes, can you not hear it? Maybe be also near keeping a fee. We'll go into a relationship, whether you like it or not, there should be it's all spending. And so in a relationship, you have to do something. So you don't go into the relationship hoping that the woman will do everything. And if you're a woman too, you don't enter into a relationship hoping that the man will do everything. Then it means that you are not a serious person. It is only serious. And so go into every relationship knowing fully well that you are going to work. So start your work, make sure you have saved something, and then enter into it. Just as I said, intimacy now made the first one. Whether you like it or not, intimacy determines whether or not you'll be able to live for long or not. So then I can bear my bet me a fake intimacy, bear my bet me a fake a whole relationship on pill, and so be fake it said your pill just to get something from you. It won't so when in now. Because a relationship are you intimate? Indeed intimate. Which are more dumb is do you have love chemistry? Are you able to hold hands? And yet baby now you also analyze situations. You be an independent painting why should I pretend to be nice with you? Any idea? Check all those things. Does pets come easy with you? Does love making comes easy? And even during love making, what are the things the person is willing to do? One man, you may be a who said, anytime. When you also anytime, then it means on no. One man, beso, the baby anytime. One pair of fakey, permanent, see I won't take away. One Monswa, to the extent of getting married to you. Listen, especially man and when you need a remember it's my Baba, why didn't I take them before I saw my cancer that or no. Would you mean money now? A true celebrity, the palm of future in a soldier. If not, we sell or that in a deal. Maybe I'm in choosing a life partner, church. It's a movie. What's me about? You'll be a bebo kakra. You might be now your vessel mukakra. A fear na juma na way. Is he willing to help you? But the bibi kakra also the bibi kakra beba. There be a balance and we bibi is a relationship one-sided one, and I say both ways. If your relationship with a person is a one-sided or one, run for your life. Obviously, mommy, he has no savings, and in fact, he's in debt. But he wants to marry Gabi. Onu unisika. Osanso kura wokem. Ti obe po ba wuska no de usika be. Oni efro, wusa o ba ne fro tutuka. Ona ago tutunika. Ya no no fa na yin nante ho. Enti nye obi asa timoni ena ho no. Church is the person willing to help with the things happening in the home. One man who and my baby one often is can't talk bob or your Adriana Crow Beji free Bema or sense you are veggie or call just a Bibia or Jessica or what will be out to say be a patch of Johnny Jano. Because Ubia who's on you willing to help in it. On one background, you are with your fees about Persia, I can enemy and lunch fee say, hey, mommy, do the unfortunate to you. Should you marry an undocumented man when living abroad? Oh, I know they send their phone, I know their condition. Anybody don't need documents, I don't say. Only documents, I don't just only. But only document will be one man, no, so I don't know about but or no. They know so here. So I'm going about be fakey and about 2 down no akwachi kosia. No dey ase brodo mu di amount. Why didn't want to see? ana basi tutu owura so akwakoka fufuo ade aba ade nkwa agu so akoye we umpe ma yam hyehye waboa be ma onim so oni hunu ba bia so odi amerika akoye fufuo asa ayi ade nkwan aka ho na woda mpem na ode aba as a breakfast in bed na woni paper waboa paper na no paper na no be je so mo ani na bo a wa kra otimi hu se paper no so mo so no de odi hu odi di wachi ne ade ti wan mo wani ana ho no wonya ne paper on de ya ne se nya paper na o ya ma no but obija in such a way bia wan hwe be fault ti mo ani na ona no busa me batina ko ya abodam enti de onioma ne bi wo no ma no am wani ada ho ubi wani kakra obehu nyoma nkitinkiti bi obehu won ho se opesikasem ono am spend da bia no ai se bi oni bi ani ade nyoma ne bi wo check ya obetimi ho bi so won ma ho se nipa no da bia oni obi kasa wo phone so you don't seem to see whoever it is or introduce you obi anso fan kire wo da bi na ho wa nipa no obedi di ho keke enti mo eni na ho Josh, maybe one of them, if your appearance. Choosing a life partner, appearance is one of the key things. The man said, "And now see city, send an feet, send an assistant, send an name tier. Does he like frowning? Does she like frowning? What in a name? Baby, one mother be a kusu, or you be a cat." Oni obi ayaka dede ma bro oni obi ayaka wo area ho obi be kira na wo besra no kra waka nanim say kuso is she the type na or you willing to learn or is he willing to also learn a relationship they say papa nkwan it doesn't matter who is teaching who so ba ni ma won kire be ma ni ma won kire oba ba se ko ba ni say be the controlling time. No say nipa no ensure that they be any run for your life. Appearance. Mental the shame. Oni ne ko baby I said you obey. Bo no muna woni penny bo no ma onye receptive towards your people. Odi obi be chia no kwa sister ya kana ne asise ko so. Bre ye hu say obey ye busuafo aba around. Ba sheda ko shed the mind to say they wada on sorry mpo no bi abechia. All these things you have to check them. Was whether you like it or not, relationship beyond yenya both ways yenya. So if that person doesn't happen to be someone or you're good when it comes to receiving of visitors, you have to run for your life because it's an integral part of life. And then the next one. Nipa no whether or no appearance no oba ofia say no tie oba be kire wa say ochia oti nanim onim say the nipa kasa and any so was through all these things you have to take them into perspective. So one check here bia won si me ntimi oni obi a waye ne ho anyunyam pass obuni ho bi too much ana oni obi a bonko nkofo timi ba nanim bibi ha wabusu ale yeah, and so only will be better than us. Any according to what was your phone to be messed up, baby, and more. So only will be netina because of the way the person reacts into a bush of phone to be messed up. Go in. It's a lot of things you have to take them into perspective. Of what to mean with a relationship. Maybe an answer. Watching is Saturday. Tomorrow morning, we are coming here about to Timpachu this year. Tomorrow morning, we are all coming here. Yeah, bumpy baby, I will be a patch of my dear answer, baby. Yeah, bumpy. They are saying about our weaknesses. Sarah, they are some wire. No way, so. Baby, I will be a channel for baby. And I mean, I'm watching you, and we wear fire Sunday. Come Sunday. I'm sure. Papa me dey nyam nyama ye wie ye pacho we continue we say still we know what emu ye me debt no emu wa It's Nyame, we are going to continue on Monday morning and as a Monday after the program. We have to be careful. Sometimes they ignore most phone calls when you are around them. I know you know what be but on your quaffo. Sana also the or ignore na nti yemo pai papa e de no nyam ampa oni di ni wa kire nyoma kɛse a wo pe na wo de to adwem na wo mesua ya de ho so papa ene nsɛm a ya besua wa hwie wo nsuo fagu so hwie nhyira fagu so na tena koma biara mu bibiara wɔ relationship mu a papa enko yi na wonya ya o se awo nya ya ka nyoma sasa papa boa no wa bibiara so awurade wa ware data so no me bi hyɛ den ko yi ba wasɛm sɛ ɔyɛ akoma da nsɛm ɔda ne kɔ baabi a ɔpɛ biara nti awurade daadaa no wɔaware kunu ma nneɛma nkɔ yie wɔaware yere no ma nneɛma nkɔ yie awurade boa wo ma ware atumi ayɛ tɛ awurade ma yɛnya sa yɛbɛtumi de akɔrakora relationships obi ne obi wɔ hɔ no ma na papa wɔama ne nyansa a wɔntumi o sɛ wasɛm sɛ ɔno na ɔma yɛ nyansa adeɛ nyinaa mu na yɛtumi de yie nti papa yɛ sɛ ɔsɛ ma yɛ nyansa a yɛbɛtumi ne yɛn ho anante akɔsi ase adeɛ nyinaa wi nkɔdɔ bi akasɛ na wasi adom mogya no ti amen ɔkyerɛ nɔpa yɛn nyinaa yɛba prayer city a yɛbɔ mpa yɛbɛtu kwan baeɛ ɔkyerɛ na yɛhyia for the first time a berɛ bi ɛntena ase berɛ ne nyinaa yɛnkɔ ɔdom a yɛmane no awurade bɛyɛ kɛse. Let's share the grace. With the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives. We shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. God bless you so much. Sunday anymore. Sunday anymore. Namisha. Until any much. Yes,